Hi, welcome to, oh, wait a minute. What day of the week is this? Wisdom Wednesday. You know what? This isn't Wednesday. We missed Wednesday. This is Thoughtful Thursday. So we're doing Thoughtful Thursday on sewing room safety today. There is a very funny video going around. I laughed just thinking about it. The number of people who forwarded this to me, including cousins I haven't seen for years, have sent this to me. It's very funny. We are going to put a link to it in the bottom or in our description of this video. And it's something like making masks with K or something like that. Maybe you've seen it. But anyway, people are laughing so hard at this. I think it's partly a release to the times we're in, because we certainly advocate safety, safety, safety. Safety in wearing masks. You can see I always have my mask handy so I can pull it on if I think that I'm getting too close to somebody, and I hope I'm not a carrier, but I don't know for a fact, but I certainly hope I'm not. But safety in the sewing room, something to take care of yourself. So one of the things we always push is this great gripper. And this is safety in a lot of ways, because when I'm cutting holding this, I have my fingers all pretty safe to close to the blade, which is not particularly safe. If you back your hand back over here and make this your habit, and have your hand slightly off this ruler, number one, if you start pushing this with your blade, your hand is stopping it, but also you're further away, even further away if you add this handle. So this is like a great safety thing. It comes in different sizes, small ones for smaller little template pieces, for medium-sized rulers. So this is a great safety feature. Did you notice how when I set my rotary cutter down, I immediately covered, that was a muscle memory. I talked about muscle memory last week. I immediately closed that blade, because if you have that blade open and you're like me and you're reaching around and that blade is open, you can bump into that and cut your hand accidentally. You can accidentally drop it. It can fall off of the table. That's aiming right at my foot, which has some really important veins in it, I know. So you have to make a habit out of closing this. And this is one of the things, I don't like to be a nag, but when you take a class from me, that's one of the things I do nag about. And if you have a rotary cutter that is difficult to open and close, get rid of that rotary cutter, because if you aren't closing it, that is, I don't care what you didn't pay for this or did pay for it, that is not a good rotary cutter to have. Same with this. This is a very popular cutter right now, but for me, it's extremely awkward and it actually hurts my thumb joint to close it. So I almost never use that cutter. This is the one that I use in my sewing room because this fits my hand best and this action works well. So I don't really care what brand it is, just make sure it's one that you can get into the habit, that you must get into the habit of closing. That's probably the most important thing in today's quilters sewing space. So here's another one that's got an easy to close one, and it's got a different kind of gripper. So if you are having problem with your hands and your joints, this rotary cutter from Martelli might be a way for you to go. Talk about safety and carpal tunnel. So there are also scissors, obvious ones, scissors that come with rounded points, so they're safer to carry in your sewing tote. So when you're reaching in, you're not poking yourself with that, or when you're dropping them in the car, again, they're not a point aiming at your foot. So rounded and safety scissors are a really good thing to have. If you're cutting a lot, if you're hand sewing a lot, this is a wonderful hand ease glove that really helps me when I'm sewing in it. It's a therapeutic glove, and I've had physical therapists tell me this is a really good brand, and this actually supports your hand, it adds a little warmth, and so that really is a good thing to have. It's safe, it keeps your hand from getting too stressed. We also have a klutz glove. This one I actually have a call into the company. We have one size medium left here, and I wanted to get some more sorted sizes, and they have them in the large, they don't have them in the small. So this is a klutz glove, and again, if you feel like maybe you have some physical issues that are making it more difficult for you to cut, and that maybe you need to protect that hand better if you're right-handed, so you're holding your cutter, and this is the size I should wear, it's a medium. Or if you're working with a child or somebody that you think is particularly klutzy, a klutz glove which protects your hand again from cutting. when you're in the sewing machine and you're working on guiding a piece of fabric through the sewing machine and the needle is going up and down here, don't sew through your finger. You need to use something to push through that fabric. If it needs an extra push up close to the needle, use a little tool. We sell these, they're wonderful. It's called the Fast Turn Little Stick. We sell these in a trio, but once you have one, you'll have two to give to friends. So that's a great one. Also the Purple Fang. If you're using like a knitting needle, it's a very sharp point. If you're using the Purple Fang to push out the points to help, I showed you my bottle cap project, which is a little applique project where I needed to push out the edges. This is a nice tool. It's very safe. It's not sharp anywhere, and it's flexible. So the Purple Fang, again, we always recommend that. Also sturdy, to keep something sturdy. Maybe again, some of us as we age, we get a little bit of a tremor. This is a great tool to help hold things precisely. It's got a little rubber stopper at the end. So there are all kinds of tools. To keep rulers from slipping, we have all kinds of products. This is more like sort of like the sandpaper textured grip that you find that comes molded into this ruler from the manufacturer. But you can also buy that to add. It's clear. You can buy strips that adhere to the bottom of the ruler that help to create a cutting edge. There are sprays. This one is a spray reactive adhesive, which makes the paper and plastic templates less slippery. These these are temporary adhesives. Spray is a danger in the sewing room, so don't start spraying these inside. It says use in a well ventilated area. I really think you should use it outside or in a huge area, not really inside your home. So these are products that I sell cautiously, and I usually try to remind people that this can be a real problem if you try to spray it inside. So this is my tips for safety in the sewing room and safety in our lives. We're trying to help everybody to stay healthy and to get things back to normal as soon as possible. And enjoy the little laugh we're going to include by linking to Kay's video of making masks. So anyway, have a great day. It's been thoroughly fun on Thursday. Have a great day.